question. If this is the center, and these are the spaces we come to talk about it, then who's mediating the conversation between the center and the peripheries of our center, which also translates as the institutional forces that we are struggling against? Who's representing us? Who is representing us? You know what a representative is. One of us comes in. I like how Anna Julia Cooper put it. When and where you see me, the whole race enters. When and where I enter, which is why Paula Giddings named her book, when and where I enter, the race enters with me. So I feel very comfortable about any one of these people right here, any one of y'all going somewhere representing all of us. It's a beautiful thing. When I'm looking on one of these Tavis Smiley, Pastor Mike kind of representative, and one of y'all is there. Either because you really do need to check, or you just really want to go clear your head and they have it in someone beats. I don't begrudge. Look, it's a lot. That Negro, wait, that's Barack. Okay, let me stop. Listen, I don't care how he got there. And see, some of y'all never see on that, though. You've taken a vow never to be seen with representatives who are mediating us in ways that not only don't represent us, but serve to mediate in ways that allow people entry into these conversations whose sole purpose is to make confusion. So, you know, but at any rate, this question then of representation, I want to evoke Clyde Taylor. And there's probably some folks in here who know Clyde Taylor. Clyde Taylor was at Howard at the same time Toni Morrison was there working. And I know that on several occasions, I mean, one of the many times that I've seen the Barackas in the last few months, they were down for a tribute to Toni Morrison at Howard. Her good friend Eleanor Traylor, of course, as some of you all probably know, do a big thing for her. So at any rate, Clyde Taylor writes that the way people, things, and ideas are influenced by social and political interests, mediating their representation has become increasingly relevant with the enlarged role played by filtering and reproduction in our diet of intellectual impressions. What is happening now is that our young people are reading about y'all, but not listening to you. They're talking about you, some of them, particularly the graduate students, but not sitting in community with you. They think they know, and they're going to fit you into all these categories. Are they radical black Democrats? Are they somehow constructing blackness in a way that is beyond the simple, did you know they're alive, right? I used to clown Robin all the time. I said, Robin, did you talk to Max Stanford? I think Max is somewhere in Cleveland. I have his master's thesis from Atlanta University. In fact, Dawood Hakeem had a copy on 52nd Street. I was so happy when I got that photocopy of this man's master's thesis. I'm reading this because, you know, I was at Atlanta University of Mac Jones. Man, y'all really did incredible work down there, right? So I'm reading this about RAM, about these revolutionary movements. I'm like, man, Max Stanford. So I'm talking to Robin. I said, where is Max Stanford? Because he wrote about him in Freedom Dreams. Well, Max is in, I think he's trying to get his master's thesis published. Okay, you're not helping him? I mean, you don't get anything published, Robin. Come on, man. And Robin Kelly's a good brother. I'm not dogging him. I'm just saying that these institutions, however, know how to create mediation forms so they can fit you in a category and and then erase you like you're not even alive. I bet you, I know some teenagers, and I know some of my students who would come in this room, and I'd be shamed if one of them did, because it would mean that they didn't listen to me the first, second, third, or fourth time. And they might have a heart attack to realize that some of the people in this room are still walking around hale and hearty and still ready to ball up their fists. Are you? When Muhammad Ahmad came to work at Temple, I brought my master's, that thick copy, and said, well, will you sign this for me? Just sign it for me. I don't do book signing and things like that as much, but I'm saying, come on, man, I just want to, when I look at it, I want to see your signature on it. Who knew that that day, and then every subsequent weeks or months after, I would be getting instructions from him. Brother, we need to, this is Lou Fuki. Because this is what Robert Williams did to him and Malcolm. And this is an unbroken chain. This is what you mean, not chronology, not this date, this date, this date. Okay, Pulitzer Prize. No, genealogy. What then is the living relationship in an unbroken chain from life to life to life to life? Did you go get your 6-year-old and put her at the feet of these sisters and brothers? Did you go get your teenage son that you having so many problems with and say, you think you bad? Let me introduce you to some cats who took on the police for real and then live to tell the tale. Sister Colia, you'll love this. Bernice Johnson Reagan, a couple of weeks ago, again, she was at Howard. They had a conference on Abraham Lincoln, but it was so funny because they said, well, Howard, we want you to host the conference on Lincoln. No problem. They put Lincoln on the book, on the marquee, and then every panel was dogging him. It was a beautiful thing. So Lincoln and the age of emancipation is how they snuck it in, right? Well, during the time of Abraham Lincoln, Haitian Revolution had taken place 50 years earlier, and they linked up with the cats who were in Latin America, and then, well, and of course, Abraham Lincoln and the Lincoln administration did not recognize Haiti until 1863. But, however, black people, in the form, I know it was beautiful. Bernice Johnson Reagan came, and she gave 2 hours of talk and song about struggle. She said, I learned all these church songs when I was a little girl in Georgia. You're a child. You don't know what they mean. I don't have any burdens to carry. I mean, I found out what those songs meant when they locked me up. They said, Bernice, in a cell with 16 women made for 4, and he said, will you sing this song? Will you lead? And that's when I found out what it meant. Guide me while I run this race. Or didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? See, because what I understood is, okay, we may all say we believe in God, but my God, that's different than your God. And that's the genealogy moment. Because David Walker said it in the appeal. Go to the cat that got you enslaved and say, look, you a Christian, right? Yeah. You read the Bible, right? Yeah. Bible's against slavery, right? Yeah. You gonna let me go? No. No. And then, it's not, and I love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I mean, intellectually, conceptually, culturally, and systematically, methodologically, at that point, David Walker says the white man's the devil. Why? Because he can't be a Christian. This is not about just the rejection of Christianity. This is about, he don't believe what he say. You are now morally clear to do whatever you need to end this steps. And I'm saying, what? Because you went through the stages. This man can't be a Christian. Bernice Johnson Reagan says, when we start saying, didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? Well, why not every man? You think, she said, that can't be the same God as theirs. Exactly. Didn't my Lord? That can't be your Lord. And some of y'all grew up in the Bible and they say, oh Lord, my God. Whether it be C.L. Franklin, who actually allowed, I guess, the Republic of New Africa to go into that new church they had built in Detroit. And then the police surrounded it, and the deacons went out there with their pistols. And the next thing you know, there are still bullet holes in New Bethel. You understand? Because they were like, nah, we may not agree on everything them cats is organized about, but this is our space. And didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? In other words, so when they say, oh Lord, my God, we got different gods.
That's right.
You can call it polytheism, you can call it whatever you want, but there's an unbroken chain. And the Egyptians would tell you it goes from the first moment, as Brother Ron called that libation, from Amun, who although hidden is the source of all life, power, and health, all the way down to us. God is an ancestor, which means we got an obligation to God, and because God is an ancestor, God has an obligation to us. In other words, there's nothing in reality that doesn't have to follow rules. So the certainty that y'all wage struggle with was a certainty that can't be taken away because it's a grounding in a certain worldview. Our victory is imminent. I mean, we can't do anything but win. In fact, if you all really knew what this is, you would quit now and join up. Join us. And I think with the Obama moment, we might see a little movement in that direction. Not nearly enough.